Is Kitasan Black still a must-pull? Yes. In this video, I will go over the common questions that you guys might have on the upcoming Kitasan Black rerun banner, such as why is she so strong, how long does she last, and why I would recommend everyone to max limit break Kitasan Black. If you're pulling for the upcoming banners and need more carats, look no farther than Loop Bar. Loop Bar is the most affordable and safest carats trading platform on the market. Buying carats from Loop Bar is 12% cheaper than the App Store, and if you join now, you can get a coupon for additional 12% off. The same amount of carats that cost $69.99 in the official store can be yours for just $56.77 on Loop Bar. Once purchased, your carats are instantly delivered to your account. Loop Bar is highly trusted service with 4.9 star rating on Trustpilot and over 30,000 positive reviews. Start saving on carats today by clicking the link in the description below. At this point, I'm sure everyone's aware how good Kitasan Black's speed card is. Although she does not give as much speed when compared to other speed cards due to her lack of speed bonus, she totally makes it up with her whopping 100 specialty rate up, which is higher than any cards that's released so far. She also comes with power bonus, which not many other speed card has. And she comes with Professor of Curvature for her Go skill, which is a universal middle game speed skill that you can take on any Umas for any tracks if you have a leftover skill points. You can also get it for really cheap if you end up getting hint with her level 2 hint. On the recent balance adjustment, the Professor of Curvature got a buff on the base duration and can now trigger twice on a certain long distance race such as Liberal Cup. She also comes with very good skill hints such as corner recovery, long corner, front runner straightaway, dodging danger, focus, and a chance to get +3 skill hint on straightaway adept, which also got a buff on the last balance adjustment. She also gives many mood up and energy recovery through her training events. Without a doubt, she's one of the strongest support card that we have at the moment and probably the most impactful card that we ever had in Uma Musume. In the first 2 years, no other banner in the JP Uma Musume has earned more than the first Kitasan Rerun rate up banner. That's how impactful she was. Everyone who doesn't have Kitasan MOB'd should try to MOB her here, no exception. But how long does Kitasan Black really last? It doesn't matter how good she really is if she ends up getting replaced by a better card in the future. I've seen some content creator recommending to skip on Kitasan Rerun banner for Makikana Fukukitaru's speed card or Narita Top Row speed card. However, personally, I do not recommend you doing that. Yes, it's true that Kitasan is not as strong as these two other speed cards during Make a New Track scenario with her 5% race bonus, but that doesn't mean that she's unusable during Mend. Even with just 5% race bonus on Kitasan, you could still reach the minimum 50% race bonus threshold as a free-to-play or low-spender player with the help of some free-to-play options such as Marvelous Sunday card, which gives 15% race bonus, and other cards like National Flower Power card. Of course, while they're not good as the meta SSR card with 15% race bonus like Nice Nature, but I'm saying that there is an option for free-to-play players. If you want a real-life example of the deck with Kitasan that you can run during Make a New Track scenario, check out the latest video from Charles from Victoria Frontier. And for longevity, Kitasan is still the best pick out of the three. So I would still recommend you to save up and to pull for MLB Kitasan on her upcoming rerun banner. At any point, if you're still borrowing Kitasan after this rerun banner, you're doing something wrong. By the time we reach the 4th scenario, Grand Life, Kitasan Black will come back to her rank to be must-use support card during the Grand Life scenario. Grand Life is the first scenario that we get stack cap increase on the speed and can now go all the way up to 1600. However, after 1200 speed, the amount of speed that you get will be reduced by half. So it's very important for you to run at least 2 to 3 speed cards on your deck. And the majority of the power that you get will come from the speed training. So the speed card with the power bonus like Kitasan will be a top tier pick during the Grand Life scenario. And on the Grand Life scenario, there's a huge importance on triggering the friendship training as soon as possible, as it gives 2 performance tokens instead of 1. So cards like Kitasan with the high initial friendship gauge and high specialty rate up are going to be top tier pick during the Grand Life scenario. And even on 5th scenario Grandmasters, Kitasan will continue to be used on this scenario. When we reach the large scenario on the 2.5 anniversary, we'll get Condor Pasa speed card, which is a new speed card that side game released to outright replace Kitasan that will just give you better stats and gives you the same Go skill, Professor of Curvature, or a choice to get acceleration for Page Chaser or Lace Surgery instead. This is also around the time when the training pass will come out. This is probably around the period where side game also thought that Kitasan Black is going to fall off and decide to include it as part of the training pass, or else they wouldn't have included her as one of the selectable cards on the training pass. The training pass came out in 3rd anniversary in Japan, but in KR server it came out in 2.5 anniversary, same time as the large scenario. And once Duramente speed card comes out, we can finally press F and pay respect to Kitasan Black. But this is only if you decide to pull on all of these replacement cards. But other than El Condor Pasa, it's hard to say that all 3 cards are must pull for every trainer. Most likely, free-to-play and low-spender players will only pull 1 or 2 of these cards and continue to use Kitasan Black along with these cards. Basically, Kitasan Black will not die unless you pull on her replacement card banners. But if you're a type of player that decided not to MLB Kitasan Black, I doubt that you're a type of player that will try to MLB these replacement cards for Kitasan Black either. If you didn't have 1 or 2 pity saved or have your selector and limit breaker saved, I'm just going to assume that you're a casual Oshi enjoyer. Not that there is anything wrong with that. You can play the game however you want. But if you're at least even slightly interested in being a competitive player, please try to MLB her on this banner no matter what it takes. And if you don't have MLB Kitasan, this is a really good banner to pull on because El Condor Pasa power card also got significant buff on her gold skill Killer Tune, where the base duration has increased more than 2-fold. So El Condor Pasa power card became one of the best power card for the Unity Cup scenario for the medium distance race. And with her 10% race bonus, she can also be used during Ment. However, she's not like a must-get card like Kitasan Black, so I would not suggest you to pull on this banner if you have MLB Kitasan, unless you already have a really high limit break on El Condor Pasa and you need only 1 or 2 more copies to MLB. Now let's go over the goal plan for the Kitasan Rerun banner. If you are a financially smart trainer who have been saying 400 to 600 pulls for Kitasan Rerun banner, congratulations, you have done your job. Pull until 1 or 2 pity or until you get MLB Kitasan. With 2 pities, you should have very good chance to MLB Kitasan unless you get unlucky like me. If you fail to get MLB Kitasan in 400 pulls, you have 2 options. 1. To continue pulling with the rest of your carats, hoping to get the last couple of copies. 2. To use your SSR selector and a SSR unkept crystal from the half anniversary to get the last couple of copies of Kitasan Black. If you only need 1 more limit break to MLB Kitasan, I would suggest you to use the SSR selector before the SSR unkept crystal, since this can be used for any support cards that's released in the future. What should I do if I only have enough carats to do a single pity? If you only have enough carats to do a single pity, I would still suggest you to pull on this banner. While the chance to MLB Kitasan Black in a single pity is pretty low, especially when you have not even a single copy of Kitasan, I will still recommend you to pull on this banner. And if you fail to MLB Kitasan with just your carats, you can try to top it up with the SSR selector and the SSR unkept crystal. Your goal will be to at least get 3 LB by the end of this banner, but hopefully MLB. And even if you don't succeed, do not panic. Just try your best until the end of the banner with your carats that you get from the festival events and from the legend race. Unfortunately, we're in the dry season and there's not much carats for you to farm during the duration of this banner. Still, just try to do your best. Even if you zeroed out your carat and still fail to MLB Kitasan, do not worry. Because if you wait around 60 days, by the time we reach the Valentine banner, you would have farmed enough SSR crystal shard pieces to complete another SSR uncapped crystal around the Valentine banner that you can use towards Kitasan. If that's still not enough, you just have to wait 20 more days for the first anniversary where we'll get another free SSR selector and chance to get another optional paid SSR selector, which will cost around $20. So as you can see, there's many chances in the future for you to get more copies of Kitasan even if you fail to MLB Kitasan on this banner. Even getting 1 or 2 copies of Kitasan is important because by the time we reach the first anniversary, you'll be able to MLB Kitasan. But it's really best for you to just MLB Kitasan through this banner and save the SSR selector and the uncapped crystal for the other strong support cards. But what should I do if I don't even have enough carats to do a single pity on Kitasan Rerun banner because I spend it all on Manhattan Cafe? I usually do not recommend people to pull on the banner unless you have enough carats to do a single pity, which is 200 pulls or 30,000 carats. However, this Kitasan Black Rerun banner might be one banner where I will still recommend you to pull even if you don't have enough carats to reach the pity. Although there's a 50-50 chance for you to get 0 copies of Kitasan Black with your 100 pulls, it's so important for you to get at least 1 or 2 copies of Kitasan Black on this banner so that you can max limit break it by the time you reach the first anniversary. But if you're nowhere even close to be able to do 100 pulls on this banner, unfortunately, it's probably best for you to just skip on this banner altogether. If you haven't been saving up your support pull tickets, maybe you could try gambling with those to see if you could get at least 1 or 2 copies. If you do, then you can decide to dump the rest of your carats hoping to get additional copies of Kitasan Black. But it's really up to you. As for the Umas, we have Tosen Jordan, our second Gyaru Uma that will be released. Initially, she was in really awkward spot where one of her gold skill is for Pace Chaser and the other for Lace Surger. Even her unique is super awkward before the second anniversary buff. Seems like Side Game was designing her to be a hybrid Uma that could be run both as a Pace Chaser and Lace Surger, but end up failing to be good at both strategy. However, on the second anniversary, her unique has gotten an improvement and now is triggered more consistently, and her both skill changed them to become useful usable on both Pace Chaser and Lace Surger, so she was truly able to become a hybrid Uma that could run both as a Pace Chaser or Lace Surger. And on your left also gets a buff during the 2nd anniversary from proccing at the random point during the final leg into proccing on the first half of the final leg, so it becomes much more consistent. But until the 2nd anniversary buff, she's just a dead Uma, and with Mile F, she won't be used during the Mega News Track scenario. So I would still recommend you to skip on this banner and hope to get her by a spook or maybe through a selector in the future, unless she's your OG. Anyway, this is my recommendation on the Kitasan Rerun banner. As you can see, I highly recommend you to pull on this banner. Kitasan Black speed card is just so good. There's a reason why this was the only banner that I marked as a must pull on my banner recommendation video. I would highly recommend for everyone to try to MLB Kitasan Black. I wish good luck to everyone who's pulling on this banner and succeed on MLBing Kitasan Black super early without spending too much carats. Anyway, what do you guys think about this banner? Are you going to pull on this banner? If so, please let me know in the comment how your pull went. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a handsome day. Bye bye. And I would like to thank my contributors: Kia, Tao, Merkel, Cal the New, Teku, Brian Goldsberry, Burst, Jamin Taylor, Tama, and Groggle, Shady, and the rest of the contributor.